Hi, welcome back to Dive Twang. I'm Dave. This is a little follow up from that one from a couple of days ago using the same backing track, G MIXOLYDIAN. But today in that intro, I did a lot of pentatonic stuff. So our old friends, we don't want to leave them out of the party, right? If you didn't see part one, I would recommend it because it really gets into, you know, this thing we're calling pathways, right? Playing from different chord tones, root to root, third to third, fifth to fifth, and getting all these different flavors out of one scale. In this case, G MIXOLYDIAN, same notes as the river of C major. Okay, so you really need to look at that one to get the drill down on that part of it. And today I'm really going to stick with the pentatonic stuff, but there's going to be some MIXOLYDIAN connections, mixed in there. Okay, so we're going to jump right in stuff that we're probably most of you are familiar with, as far as different kinds of pentatonic sequences. But even when you got something that's real melodic, like this MIXOLYDIAN sound, a lot of that pentatonic stuff is going to fit right in there and just sound cool, and give you that rock edge along with that more melodic or modal sound. So let's put the track on right away here and just run a couple of ideas by it, and then we'll kind of unpack it and put a little bit up under the microscope, okay? Chords are F and G, major triads. A crunchy sound. And that's it, right? Just take that path. Okay, kind of the same thing, just up in a different position as how I started those licks. So I started over the F by just sliding right into the fifth of that F chord. The note is C, right? Right away we set the tone for this is going to be a melodic thing, right? We're not just going to play a blues lick like right at the top of it, right? And pick a chord tone, and really feature that. And it also happens to be right here in this nice little pocket. Now, when I say pocket up, nice little pocket, it's a nice little pocket over the F, but when it goes to that G, it gets pretty, treacherous, right? You can still play right in there, but you got to, really be careful of your phrasings and stuff. And your ear and the listener's ear is going to want you to feature a chord tone in this style of the G as well. So that's what I'm doing there. And that's the C over the F. Okay, so G major pentatonic, right? And what if you bend it up here? You reach the note B. Okay, so that's your third of your G, and you can do that by dropping down here or by moving up and reaching there. See some familiar pentatonic shapes. So that being said, go back and check it out again. I'll wait for it to go back down to the F. I'm going to start right on that C. Okay, there's no bad notes, right? But if you really hit the pressure points right, it's cool. This is so much fun because you're doing you've done the work. Let's suppose on part one, and you really got that Mixolydian under your fingers, and you're moving around pretty good. That G Mixolydian, 2-chord jam, right? See this all the time. That's why it's worth investing a lot in this, because it's just such a big part of any kind of rock improvisation. And a lot of songs too are just straight up right off those progressions. Um, but if you just run the scales in part one, I think I even kind of critiqued myself a little bit. I'm just doing a lot of linear stuff with that Mixolydian. It was more kind of like an exercise that was starting to be a little more musical, right? So for me, this is the little more musical part, right? Because when I hit those bends on those pentatonic stuff, I'm holding them. Now, we mentioned G major pentatonic when it goes to the G, but what can we do with the F? Let's try a couple things. Sometimes you just have to get in there and roll up your sleeves and look for stuff, Got stuck there. I'm like, not in the right position. That's C major pentatonic. Both of them work kind of independently over the thing, but check this out. C major pentatonic over the F, G over the G. Right? That's it. Okay, so let's pick that little area now and really put that under the microscope. So that's kind of your really skeletal pentatonic approach to this, right? And as we already said, we love starting on the fifth of that F, so we could go up. And some of the notes overlap. So this little pocket. Right there, you've got a G, and just look at all the chord tones you've got. You've got an A right there, which is the third of the F. Root F. And then I can play the G, the root of the second chord G, and then fill in with some of those diatonic notes from the river of G Mixolydian or C major. But this is where it's at. So one way you can really line it all up is so I just like to kind of mix them all together, but that, looks like, A minor pentatonic, right? And that'll work even. Well, that's theoretically. Let's try that. Absolutely. And see, at the end of that, for the G, I was up. I was up on that B, the third for that G, and then I just let it right down, and it came right down on A, the third of that F. It's right there. Okay, I'm going to probably leave it at that for the demonstration because you don't need to, overthink this. What the thing that's most useful is to find a neighborhood where you're comfortable and put those three things together. C major pentatonic, you can look at it as the relative A minor over that F, and then go right into that G major pentatonic stuff over the G, and then just, with the bends and where the bends come down and where you land and stuff, take your time and start noticing what notes you're on. And when you get to that buried treasure, it's going to just bing, you're going to know it. That's when you stop what you're doing and you do a little bit of analysis. It's great that it sounds good, and if that's enough for you, just keep going. But if you want to know why that feels good, I'll bet you if you start digging around, you'll find that it's a chord tone of one of those triads, or maybe even a seventh of it, right? Could be a natural seven, could be a flat seven, depending on what context it's in, right? If it's over the G, it's going to be a flat seven, right? All right. Let me know how this one goes. Now, I know there's been some good work done on that first video, and I'll put a link to this one leading you back to that if you watched this one first. Put both of them together. Should work out. Take care.